So it would be like right.
Yes. I like just like some of the perfect tips.
Even I'm closer. Okay. So let me have you come next. Okay. And you can move it. Okay. Somewhere else.
What do you think?
Get up here, right? What's up?
Hi.
Look up and then look back to me.
And she's using some foreground to help her on her shot. Hey Hannah, I see you in the building.
Thank you.
So Julie, I'm gonna have you come over here.
And we are making our rounds as we are being. We have a photographer sharing tips on how to do portraits and all that good stuff. So I don't know exactly what wall they're going to use. And we'll see how it all works out here. Oh,
It's just
is there a particular? I guess someone's. Oh, she was taking a picture of herself. Okay, so he's going to go in on that side, and then we're going to be on this side.
Okay, so everybody come from behind. So we want each other.
Okay, so she's going to have him from this side of the window, and he's going to pose, and then they're going to shoot.
Okay, so come from the side.
So you have the photographers on the other side, and here they go. And let's walk around to the other side and see what that looks like. And you see all the photographers here getting all the shots and smiling, interacting. And the
Okay, so one more.
photographer right here is giving him some direction.
Hey,
Here we go.
come from behind you. All right, yeah.
Here you go. And you see all the photographers are gathered to learn these amazing tips.
Let me know. Are you doing?
I'm just recording.
Okay. Let me have you connect. So go ahead.
And you see the photographer sets up the moment, and then he sets him up into the position he wants him to be, and then he takes the shots. Also, what you'll notice is that the photographer is moving around the subject instead of the subject moving around the photographer.
You have to look back. Look back at me.
There we go. And so we see all the direction and all the easy cues Oh, there we go. Now it's going to get interesting. Beautiful. Okay.
All right, who wants let me have you come. Okay. Yeah.
There we go. Going
Go
in. Go ahead, do your thing. I'm just a fly on the wall. Nice. You see how they're all gathered around? See how the arch is around his head? Using architecture to frame the subject. And the photographer is giving him direction.
And don't be afraid to like even get higher or lower. Like change your positioning. Because that's gonna do something different.
Nice. Y'all heard that, right? Y'all heard that. Hannah, I'm so glad you're in the building.
Nice.
Nice.
Julian, can you do like put your back up against my side? Yeah. Yeah.
Nice.
All right. Have you been? Yeah,
Love your creativity.
And she's a great instructor because she's also making sure everyone's getting a chance to connect and get their shots.
Look, wait, they don't want they don't. Yeah, yeah, a little bit.
So he's trying to take direction from 2 or 3 photographers at the same time.
Thank you so much.
Oh, I think
It's a photo walk.
And this is the Leica photo walk. And you see this gentleman right there, Leica. One of my this is the Leica photo walk. Just so you all know.
You want the back of my ear?
And she's taking the shot. She's got him. She's giving him interesting instructions, using the wall, hanging from the wall, moving from the wall, eyes up, eyes down, chin up. It's up to the photographer to create.
don't just focus on the tight shots.
You got.
So make sure to get the environment. When you do environmental portraits, you want to show people the environment as well.
Did y'all hear that?
Aperture.
Welcome to Photoville, guys. If you're just joining, I am live at Photoville 2025, day 2.
Can you frame yourself around like
Ma'am, hold on. He was working with her, but give her a chance.
My bad.
Okay, yeah.
Oh, there's a line.
Go ahead. You were going to take the shot. Got it.
Yes. I didn't mean to. I'm so sorry. Okay, who hasn't gone to give it straight?
Here we go. Now look at all the photographers gathered here today. Here they all are, from all over the country. Some are out from other countries as well. Here at Photoville this year. Ah, nice. Good shot. Uh-oh. Almost got the little guy. And then you'll see all these interesting cameras. Like he's got the camera, he's viewing into the box and taking the shot.
Yeah. Do you want to
I think it's a hustle block. Hustle block, right?
Yeah.
It is a hustle, y'all. It's
503 CW with the digital back.
nice. Look at that, y'all. Look at his shots. They're beautiful. Lovely. This is one of those special cameras.
Special.
Where the light is kind of filtering in through the leaves. So you want it to look at your light and where it's falling and where it may fall like really nicely on him, and it looks really nice up on that wall.
Okay, so here they are. Sorry, they thought they.
Looking for your right shoulder a little bit. How about you step a little towards me? See how the yeah, right there. Yeah.
And again, you notice that the photographers are always giving the instructions and having the subject in one place, standing, and then the photographer creates.
Last one. Gotta make it. Last one, best one, right? Yeah, there we go. Thank you.
All right, so who hasn't gone?
Oh, here's another one. She's up. She's up.
Where are you from?
Oh, she said she's taking to another destination. Ah, she's taking him off to another destination. Lovely. She was listening to the light, and so she's looking at this environment. And for those that don't know, this is where I do all my photo shoots in this area. Oh, there she is. She's gonna start doing her work here, and we're gonna give her some space. So, I'm sorry, Mama. And see again, she is giving him instructions. All of the other students are trying to find their angle. And there's a lot of photographers out here on this Leica walk, photo walk. She's good. And so she's kind of like giving him the instructions.
You know, sometimes what I'll do too, if there's like a bunch of photographers around, and say like their arms are up, sometimes I'll use their arms to free, you know, their arms to get the.
Serious or what do you think?
Let's do 2 times.
All right, so
And then notice what she says. She says, what she does is because if she sees all these other photographers around, she may use the like say the under the arm as foreground or to frame the photo as well to kind of make it different. Because what's going to happen is most of these people are going to have the same photo, but the ones that are creative in this spot are going to have photos that are unique.
All right.
So you saw that?
Yeah. So you come back to that. Okay. Don't like it.
all right, man.
Sorry, Dan.
Wait, thanks for the hype.
I want to compare the natural.
No, they were like three guys and they were just.
I like spent up here where you were.
I think yeah, something sitting. Yeah.
Oh, she's going to take it to another level. She wants them sitting.
I don't know. I love a lot of yeah. I want something serious.
Notice also that in this whole community of photographers, even though this is the Leica walk, there are people using cameras of all resources, or cameras of all makes, I should say.
Yeah.
Okay, one more. All right. Did you get it?
Yes.
Okay. So we have fire come in.
How you doing, Jay? What's going on today, man?
What's up, bro?
What's up, man? All right. Cool.
Mhm.
So, Julian, can I have you work this side? Yeah. Sorry. I'm just gonna kind of just flip off that. Hold that. Now, what I do is put your lights back down and get your head flipped off of this.
Oops, sorry.
Just look at
Oh my.
I might have to stay right there too. Got it? Okay. Stay right there.
Want to get in front of me? You good?
So the other thing when I was saying like shooting through and using like framing, from the environment, like I did one where so Julian's here, it's a lot of like greenery here. So I shot him in between the leaves so that he's surrounded, like it goes with it. So just make sure look around at your environment too, see where the light is falling in here. Maybe there's like a slither of light somewhere that's like hitting behind something. Just look for like here, this guy here. That's good. That's good. So who has anybody else haven't gone? Okay.
I love her.
Nice. Okay, anyone else haven't gone? Danita, did you go?
No, I have not.
Yeah, come on.
All right, Danita. I know you have some ideas.
Yeah, you
So
can
they shot.
yeah. Not everywhere.
Not everywhere. You got a lot of real estate.
That's Julie.
He's moving on. They're moving out. Moving into somewhere different. Let's follow the. Okay, so now we're heading into another area. And again, this is where I do all my photo shoots when I have my clients, because you can keep changing the environment just in this location. Okay, so again, you have all these great coves, all these great places here at the in Dumbo. Let me get this my 3 points here so I keep this solid. Hannah, are you having a good time out there? Awesome, Hannah. You're good. You're the photographer. Do the thing.
One more.
Okay.
Okay. So I think what we want to do is, because we have about 15 minutes left, let's go by the merry-go-round, like close to the water and the reflection.
Oh.
Take us to the park.
Okay. Ooh. Not as young as I used to be getting off these things. So what's new in your world?
Yeah.
Are you? Are you been busy for photography or regular?
Always, but
Uh huh. You know, every time I think of the big parades, I think of you. So I said she's definitely at the Puerto Rican Day Parade.
wasn't because the dance parade was the same day.
Ah.
But, I focus on dance. So not that of course the Puerto Rican parade does not have that.
She
plays the
That's right. You really do love dance.
I love model.
You do. You do. You're like me. I love the dance. I love the flow of the skirts and the flows of the motion.
Yeah. It's hard. It's hard to do well. But
Yes.
Yeah, it's nice.
I'm in the middle of renovating my house,
Oh,
and I'm selling my apartment.
okay.
And I'm heading back to
I
Africa.
remember you had mentioned this last time.
Yes.
Like you at the Easter parade.
Yes.
Yeah. So when is this happening?
I should be heading back December 4th, the Namibia, and then going into South Africa,
All right.
and then from there, Ghana,
For you.
and hopefully Botswana, Zimbabwe. I'm retracing my steps.
Top of my list. So I might pick your brain at some point.
Well, you know what it was? 10 years ago,
Yeah, that was.
I photographed all these locations.
Yeah.
So it's almost 10 years
Yeah.
since I've been there.
Okay.
So I'm going to search for some of the people that I
Yeah.
photographed.
Yeah.
New York City, Brooklyn.
You have family that's abroad in Africa?
I have friends that when I ended up living there for a couple of months
Okay.
in 2016 through 17.
Okay.
And so I have a lot of friends now.
Yeah.
So they are my family.
Yeah.
Because in Africa, they never say friends, they say family.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Same thing here, right? That's awesome.
So,
Congratulations.
so I'm excited about that. And I'm going to finally take my mentor's suggestion of putting my books together. And I couldn't do it by being here and working.
Yeah, that totally makes sense. It's a lot of work.
So now I'll have a year and a half to 2 years
Focus on that.
and just focus on that.
Do you have ideas already for what
Yes.
you want the books to be?
2 big books.
Okay.
One is street photography in New York.
Love it.
Well, no, sorry, street photography global.
Okay.
And the other one is wildlife and landscapes.
Amazing. Love it.
So, and then I'm heading back to Europe as well. I have friends that are in Europe.
Love it.
And then I have to invite you to come out.
Please.
You and your friends. Hey, say, come on out. If I'm there, that means you save money at hotel.
My top 3 in the world right now is Botswana. So,
Botswana.
yeah.
Now, why do you want to go to Botswana?
I'm smart primarily, but
Yeah.
I'm starting to learn a little bit more about local culture, communities there.
Okay.
So I think it'd be like a mixed trip.
Okay.
But last time I was on safari, actually, out my place with me, I ended up meeting a professional wildlife photographer who does these like private tours,
Yes.
shots all the time. And he's like, I asked him if you had one more destination for me. I'm like, I've done a couple of them.
Botswana is beautiful. Okay, I'll keep that in mind.
Yeah.
When I'm there, I'll be like, hey, come to Botswana.
You are yeah, I know. He's pretty active. Usually he's pretty good. Yeah, Maury's good.
So guys, we are in a new location, and the instructor wanted to get some water behind the sky. You got the great thing about this is you got reflections off the merry-go-round. Inside there's the merry-go-round, but you have all these amazing photographers gathered here, and they are going to be taking pictures of our model for today.
To buy something, but showcase the watch so much. It's like you flex it like all on.
She asked him to showcase the watch. Notice the key also how we've talked about in our community is getting low. Getting low is important. Changing your perspective. Going low, going high. Now she's also going to use this reflection. I think she will. But look at that beautiful reflection. And she's going to snap that in.
We have a lot of things to consider: the water, the roof, the buildings, the reflection. Think about all of those things.
Yeah. And then you see that beautiful reflection that she just mentioned.
Yeah, right.
And there you go.
Have you take a couple steps? I don't like those tables there, so let's come back.
Okay.
Yep. That way, things you want to think about too is if you're doing this, don't place them right at the seam here, because if you're getting the reflection, it's going to be broken up with the seam unless that's what you want.
And now she's going to take the shot. Again, the photographer is in control, and she gave him instructions. She's placed him in the right spot, and now she's taking the shots. Again, as the photographer, you are creating. Nice. That's gonna be a beautiful shot right there. Look at that.
Oh, you got the color. So you can get
Beautiful.
Okay.
I don't know if you guys can see in the camera the reflections, Hannah. You look at the reflections. Again, changing the perspectives. She's going from below. She was at eye level. Some went from, see how some folks went inside and they got the photo from inside. Beautiful. Yeah. And the halo. So she matched it with the arches on the inside of the merry-go-round and the arch, and she used it as a halo. And she was photographing it. Okay, so moving around again. And check out all the photographers that are out today. It's a beautiful day, quite humid, a little warm, but nothing hot. Oh, here we go. We get from this side. I mean, how beautiful is this? The Brooklyn Bridge in the background, World Trade Center. All you folks from other countries that are viewing this. This is what New York looks like. Anna, if you have any questions, then you can always, if I can answer the question, I'll answer it for you. If I can. If you guys have any questions, feel free to ask. I know there's 3 of you in here. This guy he wants to get modeled. Okay, he wants to join the model.
Never retire.
There we go. Okay. You never know who's going to join you while you're in the streets of New York. So she's looking at he's complimenting her camera. So he's posing, they're photographing. And then if you see right below us, and there's some folks that looks like they just got married. Oh, is my sound breaking up? Maybe it's your location. It's probably the location. Yes. Sometimes the Wi-Fi is not even in New York City. That our Wi-Fi will be excellent, but nope. I have the mic right here, so you guys should be able to hear me. Hoping the signal is there. Oh, this photographer. Oops, I'm sorry. Wanted him on a move, and so they're taking him. He's taking him somewhere else. So the unfortunate thing is that yes, the sound quality sometimes changes. But that's the good thing about using the mic system is because it kind of like it lessens it. Okay, so she wanted to take some pictures with the Manhattan Bridge behind and the scenes from Brooklyn
Isn't the exposure really high if the sun is
on you.
Yeah.
See, normally what?
What I'll do is position where the sun is right in here, like it's shining on the side.
Yeah,
So that's in positioning. Depends on what look you're going for.
and also I will also put her. I would put the subject with the sun behind him, and then I would use a reflector to bounce the light off, so that way we can have that great shot. My YouTube channel,
Okay, YouTube channel.
and this,
YouTube channel.
and we're gonna have her on the show one day.
It's a beautiful day.
It is
Oh
great.
my God.
you lucked out yesterday.
Gorgeous. Oh, I was praying.
Oh, it's a beautiful
Prayers
day.
answered.
You're good.
Uh,
You're good at what you do.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah,
Yeah. I come from a family of educators.
I can, because you were very, your cadence was good, and then you kept saying, "Hey, did you get a shot? Did everyone get a shot?" You
Yeah.
kept really being concerned with everyone.
Right, because I wanted everybody to get that experience.
I love it. Okay. Okay. So again, using the Manhattan Bridge, and you see the skyline of Brooklyn. Williamsburg, Brooklyn is in the background. Greenpoint is in the background. Hey, Eric, I see you in the building. What's going on, Eric Frazier? What's going on? It's Eric F. And thank you for streaming event. You got it, buddy. That's why I'm here. That's why I'm here. A lot of you guys are out of the state. You can't get here.
4 minutes.
Countdown, 4 minutes, 4 minutes. But again, those are all the photographers. You can come around me if you want to. You like the behind the scenes like me? Okay. So you got all these great photographers here. And this is what I love about being here with so many folks from different parts of the country, different parts of the world. And again, normally I would be working Photoville, but this year I decided to take off. And so I can give you guys more attention this year. It kind of says, hello, Eric. Oh, so look at those shots. Look at the shots. And I'm going to try to get from this angle so you can see what these guys are doing. And I'm also holding my sound cue so that way I don't lose it in the water. Okay. Again, what they're also using is that they're using that railing as a leading line. And you can use that leading line of the rail that takes you straight into the subject. So they're all lining up on that leading line. And Hannah, what do we call that when we're using the leading lines? That is composition. Creating a good composition. Oh, he's feeling daring. He's feeling daring. The model is feeling daring. The model, and now you see how I'm using the leading line? See how I'm using the leading line as I am videotaping him? See the leading line? I'm using the corner. I'm lining this corner up. And then he's in the frame. I'm also telling my story. And the story is that the photographer is taking pictures of the model. So you're looking at the leading lines, and both lines, and really also the lines of the bridge are creating leading lines to the subject. As I step back, I can widen the story by stepping back and allowing more photographers in the view. So I'm stepping back, and now I'm using her arm and her camera as a foreground. So now she is the foreground to the left, and the camera and the subject is on the right, also using the leading lines. And there they are. They're communicating with the photographer. Sorry, with the model.
I don't feel like the food's in.
It's a beautiful day in New York. I mean, it doesn't get better than it. I mean, it's a real summery feeling day. It's not too hot. It's not over. Like for the model, you always want to be concerned about sweating. And normally, if he was in a photo shoot, there'd be someone on the side of him with some kind of cloth to kind of like wipe his face down, so that way you don't see the sweat. Okay, just so you know exactly how this is what's happening here. Okay, you also see there's a young guy with a little with his camera, and there's a bunch of folks here. Again, everybody's out. Look at the beauty of the Brooklyn Bridge. We have what's called the merry-go-round. This merry-go-round, I do believe, is about 100 years old. You see some people. It's a great place to take pictures. I love photographing from Dumbo and the Brooklyn Bridge Walk. This is where most of my clients will meet me, in this area. Now, if the photographers would take this moment and kind of like get the bride. Yeah.
So anybody wants to stay for that, you can. Technically, we're done. You can have that. I'm gonna check on this one.
Yep. Okay. Oh, so now. Okay, so they are now going into the merry-go-round, and I have to be careful. I can't really photograph because there's children in there. So as a videographer, one of the things you have to always be aware of are children. So especially like places like this. Okay, so they're just moving through. Okay, so we can just move through to the other side, and we're passing through. You're not seeing any of the kids because that is important to always protect the children. And we can only take pictures of adults. I mean, you can take pictures of kids, but you need their permission. Okay, so this man is going to have a whole bunch of photos. He's going to have a whole. Oh, yeah, sure. He's putting the Instagram in for these folks. And would you say your Instagram?
It's at Julian Huff, JulianHuff.
There you go. See, that was.
And it's great too.
Very efficient. Thank you.
Thank you. So guys, you'll have that information. I'll put that also in the description of this video. Reason why is because if you go to his site and if they start sending the photos to him, he'll probably most likely post them on his site. Okay. So again, look how beautiful Dumbo is. Dumbo! We are in Dumbo, Brooklyn, down by in between the Manhattan Bridge and the Brooklyn Bridge. And I'm not sure if they went to do something else on the other side. I do see some cameras over there, but I'm not sure if there's they're looking at the wedding party over there. And you guys want to check out the wedding party? This is Let's just thank you, Ron, because I was drowning. I was drawing a blank. Bad student. And okay, so we'll walk over. Let's walk over. Okay. Try to keep this nice and even as I head down these steps. Okay. And then what we're going to end up doing is after this, I'm going to walk you to the Photoville so you can see some of the exhibitions. Okay. So stay tuned for that as well. We'll be moving there. But as you can tell, there's a photo shoot going on over here. Don't know who these people are. And it doesn't look like our people are here from Photoville, but there are people here. Looks like the Ghostbuster guy. Uh, is the guy from is this Ghostbusters? I don't know. I'm not sure, but look, they're all here taking a picture. Hey, what's going on? How you doing? What's the shoot?
It's a commercial.
Oh, it's a commercial.
Yes.
Okay. So, guys, you're watching a commercial as it's being shot. And then over there, you have some pictures being shot. There's a whole lot of photography in this area. Okay, so that's what's going on here. Let's head back to Photoville, and let's get that in. Sorry. And so we're gonna walk over to Photoville. This is called the Empire Stores Market, and inside is our food market. It's lots of great restaurants. If you've ever been to New York City or you've been to places around the world, one of the places you want to visit is the Time Out Market or the Time Out restaurants. The best foods in a city are usually located there. And so inside this building, again, this is a square area ready for ABC Kitchens, which is another brand that's coming here. But I was hoping that we're going to put Italy here. But anyway, we got Italy in Soho, so that's a good thing too. Okay, so we got more. Again, we're walking through the area. We're in the Brooklyn Bridge Park. Now we're technically going into Photoville. Okay, welcome to Photoville, guys. If you're just joining me, I am here down in the Brooklyn Bridge Park, sharing Photoville, sharing the activities. I'm not sure if they have already, I think the class is over, maybe. Can we go in now? Let me see. Hold on.
But there are other things that might be helpful at a time when there's no money, there's no jobs, there's no, like, there's all these things. Like, look at Chris running through literally like before a tornado, like by himself. This is what we have right now. So I think if AI can help leverage some of that scale, it could be interesting. But I think that that's the point, is like making sure it's safe and that we're not copyright and all the things that we care about photography.
Could there be a proprietary thing like that each photographer? Does he? Well, I know like James Ockley, his archive went to Dartmouth. Does he have a lot, or and have you been down to Briscoe or like some of these archives? Like, could AI be integrated into people's where people have donated?
That's what I would try to do with Chris. I think that the institutions are harder to get. Like, I don't know what kind of technology Briscoe is like not using. I've talked to Don Carlton. I don't know if he's using AI for, I don't think that's a way to start. What I think is interesting is taking a major photographer like Chris and trying this stuff, because what we've tried has I was like, can AI do keywords on pictures? That was my question. It's like, yeah, and it can do like 50 other things way beyond keywording. So, wow, like it I think it's just like you go down a road and then you go down another road, you go down another road. And it's very exciting to be working on it like tech, like in a real way than philosophizing about it, like, and I think we're doing it in the safest way possible, but what I'm trying to do is show you, I mean, I have tons more to show, but I was trying to show you like all the stuff that I've been doing. There's a lot more that it's doing. It's just, you know, how do we do it safely? Yeah. Yes.
So, there was a period sort of post iPhone pre-AI where certain journalistic enterprises started doing replacing photojournalists with crowdsourcing. And I know about this in part because, you know, a high school classmate of mine had been in Yugoslavia, took some of those classic pictures, worked in Africa, and at a certain point couldn't get a job. But I'm wondering, you know, in that mix, who owns those photos? What is the ethics of all of that? Because, outlets just, you know, okay, it's crowdsourced, we have it now.
I can't tell you based on that. I mean, I think that when I was working in magazines, like we would call the photographer and get permission and, you know, pay them. I think that there's a lot beyond that. It's like actually the questioning of like, is this a real picture? All that stuff. I think the difference right now and why AI is so dangerous in this generative space is because like when Chris was photographing at the height of like this kind of work, there were so many guardrails in between the moment he photographed the picture and the moment it was seen. And now there's almost none, right? You can make a picture in your camera and it can go directly to your editor and you can publish it. And when I was at time, that was a long time ago now. I mean, it wasn't that long ago, but it was long enough ago where I had photographers uploading right to Instagram. Like that's the difference, you know? And so I think that we have to be careful of is just these pictures that are showing up on a feed and then they're being disseminated on social media. So you're seeing this stuff as truth, but it's not. And I mean, but I think also like regional photographers are doing great work now. And that's a great thing that's come out of a lot of these learnings, you know, but yeah, I just think that that's a problem because there aren't as many people questioning the work before it's seen. But it also allows people on the ground to make pictures, and sometimes those pictures are really important in the news. So, yes. Okay. One more, sorry.
So I have 1 foot in IT because I've been coding since I've been 17 and also photojournalist. So, you know, media companies, when I ask questions, they don't like me that much because, and also the tech companies don't like me that much either. So when I talk about the media, I was like, in terms of what AI is and what it's called, like I like to use the word generative because that is more honest. And companies are like, yeah, we train these models with, you know, the largest copyright infringement thing of all time. That's how they built these models. But now you can use them and now smaller libraries and train that and do that. But my question is, it's like with all the digitization of things, sometimes newer technology is not always the best technology. Like SSID drives when they came out, they were just off the cold storage. They're still not good for cold storage. So there's little drives that are very tiny and small. So to be booted up and powered up like once a year, otherwise you start losing stuff. But old magnetic drives, even though they're older and slower, might be better. But then you go back even further, like tape. I talked to somebody who still thinks tape is the best for cold storage. And then you go back further and like, well, slides last even longer if there's no hurricanes and there's no heat. So I think kind of melding the physical object and the digital, like and having those two together, there's probably not anything better than that. I was just wondering who have your sort of studies has that been discussed? The type of media, you know, and like you were talking about, like digital rocks. Like I wish we spoke more about that, and also the cloud. which is, just hard drives somewhere in a data center overseas. Who knows what drives they use? Like Hitachi had a moment where they were like the worst hard drives made ever, and Lacy drives used them, and Lacy drives were crap for a very long time. So it's like we have to be in charge of our own data. We have to make sure, you have a copy of it, you put it in a safe deposit box, and you check it like once a year. So
Mm.
that's, or just give it to your grandma, but I think this is more of a question for APAD, maybe.
Yeah, and APAG is doing amazing work, by the way. Yeah, and I saw Mary Angle before. She's like such a great
But
friend.
my friends can usually statements and questions.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, like digital and I don't know. You ask the one person and they're going to tell you one thing, another person. It's like how I used to tell photographers when they do portfolio reviews, just take it all in. Because one person's going to tell you they love this picture, and one person's going to tell you, that is what I found. It's like the most important thing is the actual artifact, the chrome. It was the magic. This was chemical in the if people will tell you all different things. I haven't found like a particular expert on both of them, but it's basically like at the end of the day, you want it searchable. So you want the scans and you want the digital all in one place. That's, but you need a research center so you can go deeper into the Panama of 1989 if you need to. But I kind of feel like, well, the larger question is like, what do you throw away? Where do you keep everything? Like, that's not a photographer, but I feel like people have very strong opinions about that. And maybe, starts with 1,000 pictures or 500 pictures. Like it just, otherwise it's just never going to be unlocked. It's just going to sit in a file. So it's got to be surfaced, or it's not worth it. So I don't know. That's how I'm seeing it. But I do think that you're right. They both need to be in the same place, but you need to hold on to those artifacts. And I think to Rick's point, the value in the archive are the prints that were made at the time of the picture by their photographer's printer. That's the value. Like when you get your, appraised, that's the value in the archive. Thank you.
So that was a beautiful. We got in there at the last moment, but we were able to do it. How many shows do they have today? Uh, Workshops and conversations.
I just was here for this one.
Oh, yeah.
got them for work and I said,
Okay, thank you. Okay, so they had this. I'm not sure where the schedule is. I'll find out. Hold on a second.
Actually,
Hey, Scott.
so I got this picked up that store one assignment. So I had my assignment or just like you're like, I think I just watched.
I think you just did it.
Master class.
Yeah.
Hey, long time no see. First of all, how you doing? Are there any more workshops
There's
today?
one more at 5.
At 5:00.
Yeah, that's
Okay.
gonna be the Leica women panel.
Awesome. Thank you, my buddy.
Good to see you.
Yes. Okay. So it'll be another one at 5. Okay. So we'll be back at 5 to check out the next one. And but while we're waiting, we will head into the heart, the beast of the belly. We'll head into the beast of the belly, or the belly of the beast. Did I say that and repeat? Now, Mr. Lewis is over here, so I gotta say hello to him.
Right, how you been?
Good. Guy, he's a legend, a living legend. I was with your mentor yesterday, Peach. Yes. And we just had a ball having a great conversation about you and the work and how you helped her and all that good stuff.
How you doing now?
Yeah. So anyway, this is the man. And he photographed me. I bought one. He shot photo. Anyway, I'm moving right along. You can find him here at Brooklyn Bridge Park. You can always find him also at Grand Central Station. And you can always find him also near the B&H store. So you'll find him and he will take your picture with that beautiful camera there. That beautiful, just zero in on it.
1940 press count.
And guys, why he's a living legend is that I'm not even going to tell his age unless he wants his age to be told.
85.
He's 85 now. He's 85 years old. He is in these streets. He is working and connecting with people all the time. He is one of my inspirations. I hope when I'm 85 years old, I have this energy that he has. And he just comes out and he meets all of these amazing people that are in his area. But you can find him, B&H, 34th Street area, also Grand Central Station, also here when there's events going on. And any other event that's having photography, he will be there. Anyway, that's Mr. Luis Mendez.
Thank you.
Okay. Talk to you later, buddy.
Okay.
And man, he's incredible. He's incredible. Oh, there's a young in the building. I see a young person. Oh, wait a minute. Wait a minute. Look who's here. Look who's here. Look who's here. Oh. No. Now I'm Ron. How you doing, Tracy? How you doing, Ron Foster?
Who are you, Tracy? Who are you, Tracy?
Who are you, Tracy?
Come on, Tracy.
I'm a journalist from Oakland, California.
Woo!
It's more than that, girl.
Yes, yes.
I'm a dancer, I'm a choreographer, I'm a small business owner, and I was one of the presenters last night.
Ah, excellent.
Last night.
Excellent.
Yes.
Well, I know if this man knows you and if he's vouching for you, then you are a star. And
Thank you.
brother.
I'm there.
Yeah.
So good to see you there.
Hey, how you doing? This is a family reunion. This is a family reunion. This is the great Jamal Shabazz, and this is his work over here on the wall.
Jamal Shabazz here.
Jamal is always trying to play it down. He is always trying to play it down. And then it's my neighbors. Andy, yeah, dog. Mwah. Where's the little one? Oh, so you guys said let's. Yes, yes. This is a family reunion every year. Family photographer reunion. Yes. Yes, sir.
Magazine. How you, brother?
Ron, what's going on?
Yeah.
And you're on.
I'm part of magazine.
Oh! I gotta give you a hug. Nice.
Be out here. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, brother.
I came over yesterday and
Okay,
I filmed all of Jamal's
Oh,
work,
right on, right
and I did
on.
some interviews
Okay, right on.
from yesterday. And I'm just following. I do this every year.
Okay, right.
Usually, I am working with Photoville,
Okay.
and but this year I took time off so that way I can really enjoy it. And now that I have a YouTube channel,
That's what I'm saying.
I want to make sure I bring.
Right on.
Did you get me? Oh, she got me. She got me. There she goes.
Right on. Right on.
So you part of magazine? Yes.
Yeah.
So what's next for you? What's new? What are you doing?
Well, this is one of the things.
First of all, do you mind being on camera?
Sure.
Okay.
Yeah. So these are one of the things, collaboration with me, Jamal, with Photoville, which is an extension of our book coming out, Albee Square Mall in downtown Brooklyn, 1980 to 1990, celebrating 50 years of Jamal Shabazz photography.
Yes.
We have the book, we're in a Photoville exhibition, and right now, currently, if you compare your camera and put it on this gentleman right here.
Yes, this gentleman.
He's shooting our documentary.
Oh, excellent.
That was debut of a documentary that he's putting together. Yeah, that he's doing.
Awesome.
Experience. Yeah.
And what's your handle? And what's your name and handle?
It's Art Badbois and Murray Films. I know that's a mouthful.
No, that's good. It's recorded, so we can always repeat. You can always replay if we don't get it the first time.
Definitely. Art Badbois and Murray Films.
Awesome.
And so we're collaborating with Ethos to Form with Jonathan. And as brother you spoke to already, you part of magazine.
Yes, and now put both of you, because you have two Instagrams, right?
I have Carter Magazine, Albee Square Mall, and DNA America on Instagram.
Awesome.
Yeah.
I'm always connecting with these guys online,
yeah,
Instagram,
right on.
and
I appreciate your work. Doing the things you always showing up for Jamal, and Jamal introduced me to you through Instagram. They said, "Yo, this is a good brother. He's doing some work." And Jamal was sending me personally stuff through Carter Magazine, and He's like, check it out, promote it on your stories if you could. I said, I got you, say less. Because Carter Magazine is named after Dr. Carter G. Woodson, founder of Black History.
Ah, I did not know that.
We launched February 1st of 2011. So we're in our 14 years.
Wow.
Just made a partnership with Great Television.
Okay.
And so we're the first social business on broadcast network that's promoting our history.
Yes.
So we controlling the narrative of what it is, but we also, most importantly, is building community. So for me to share knowledge and information is about building that community for us.
Yes.
So we can do things socially, economically in our communities. So it's not about what we do. It got to start with I do. So if I don't do anything, that means we ain't happy.
Well, the whole thing is also with that same philosophy. Unless you love yourself, you can't love others.
Right on.
So you got to be able to love yourself. You got to
on.
embrace what you are, what you mean to the world.
Right on.
And if you can embrace what you mean to the world, then you're going to embrace those that are doing things in the world.
Absolutely. So as we look, if I could take you real quick.
Yes, take you through it.
As we look here,
Yes.
this whole curation,
Mm-hmm.
opening Jamal's book on back in the day,
Yes.
before crack, for me, that was the inspiration because I was introduced to it in 1999. And so in 1999, I was introduced to Jamal back in the day book. And when I realized and opened it, I was like, wow, I was naming people. That's Panama. Yo, that's Carol. That's this person. Like, who is Jamal Shabazz? And so the ironic thing about it, it was Danny Simmons who introduced me to Jamal 5 years later because I was doing a documentary on Black Wall Street.
Wow.
And Danny Simmons was in it as well. So when I got to meet Jamal, we started talking. I was like, wait, you were the brother when I first went downtown Brooklyn as a kid in '82. Because my mother took me shopping for the first time inside Albee Square Mall. And we was going to Buster Brown because I had to get a pair of penny
I used to go to Buster Brown's downtown too.
get a pair of penny loafers and kangaroos.
Yes.
So before we entered the building, this brother was out there shooting people, but I didn't know. It made, as a kid at 7, it made me feel like this must be an important place.
Yes.
The person be taking photos of people as we enter the building. So that's where, for me, it was the curiosity of wanting to learn more about downtown Brooklyn.
Yes.
So fast forward, not even knowing I met Jamal as a kid, to having the opportunity to own the name out in Square Mall. And then now collaborate with Jamal to do this, not only Photoville, but our book and his first direct-to-documentary that's done by these brothers here, Darren and Jonathan. So Jamal is taking it to the level of following what Gordon Parks was doing with his own personal. And for me to be the archive with Carter Magazine to curate this exhibition that we have here, have our book collaboration along with the documentary. We're just pushing it forward. We're just trying to help our people to build community, be defining, and be in a place of economically and social stability when we want to grow together. It's I to influence we.
Man.
Right on. Ron, and I support your work, man. You already know I love what you do. You give light to all those creatives that are out there exposing the talent and who we are. And to me, that's more important than anything than to stay back and just focus on what you do. And bring light to what other people's doing. I appreciate you, brother, for that.
Well, I love it. I love celebrating others.
Right on.
I can always do my photography in the still of the night.
Right on.
I can do that. And I got all this new stuff that's coming up.
Right on.
But this is so important that I like that I have a platform. Look, I just started this platform a year and a half ago. And I am excited I'm looking forward to the day that is every day I'm interviewing photographers because there's so many of us that need to be highlighted. And there's so many people that are doing all kinds of photography and work and behind the scenes, cinema photography, portrait photography, landscape photography. But in the Black community and people of color, they do not get those celebrations.
Absolutely.
And there are very few platforms to interview them and to share. And the great thing about YouTube is that YouTube is a categorized, or I should say it's a catalog that if you put someone's name in, if they've ever been interviewed by me, if I'm the only interview, then guess what? If you put their name inside the YouTube or in Google, that interview is going to come up.
Right on.
So that means the more we can support our people, support photographers, I think we'll be in a better place as photographers as a community.
I concur.
Man.
Support, brother.
Well, I love what you guys put
Oh,
together
thank you,
here.
brother.
I was
Thank
here
you.
yesterday,
Okay.
and I went through these, and I was like, "Oh my God, this is my childhood!"
Yes,
And you
yes,
look at all
yes.
these. So
Look
now,
at it, man.
how did you guys select these photos? So they have you here.
Yeah. So I just wanted to give an essence of, what it was like during the decade of the 80s.
Yes.
Going downtown Brooklyn. So I could break down each one.
Yeah, come on,
So
give
right
it to
here
me.
was the early 80s. This was my first experience going downtown. So Albee Square Mall was developed and made in 77.
Yeah.
So the years after, they was working on how to, remodel and make it, walkable, pleasable, and attractive downtown. So this was the construction stage where they was repaving the ground.
Yes, I remember it. I remember it.
80s.
Yes.
My first experience of coming downtown Brooklyn, this has captured that.
Yes.
Coming out, and there was construction.
I remember the construction.
I was like, wow, we had to go over plank.
It went, yes.
The street.
And the wood planks.
Correct, exactly.
When it rained.
Yeah, so that represents that. And this photo right here,
Yes.
right here, represents the aftermath of when everything was completed.
All right.
People to get the feel were like you were shopping, and this is what Jamal was in his prime.
Yes.
Again, brothers and sisters, to stop for a minute and compliment them on how they look and
Yes.
stuff. Because when you got media with a depiction of us in a negative way, in a negative light all the time, Jamal wanted to show the opposite.
Yes.
To show beauty and love and happiness and show her how fly we are. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
This takes you in these essence of these moments of Jamal having these brothers and sisters and capturing it in a positive way.
And I was sitting here, when I saw this yesterday, I was like, oh, there's my radio. Like, I had a Panasonic. I had the Panasonic, and I was with my friends, and we used to hang out at Albee Square Mall, and it became the joke that it was the welfare mall.
Oh, wow.
But it was our mall, because we, outside in the suburbs, people had their malls.
Right on.
But
right
we
on.
didn't have a mall for us.
Right on.
And
right
our Albee Square Mall was our
on.
mall.
It's our mall, exactly.
Man.
So like we're doing that, and then when you see a shot of y'all, when you see the couple right now,
Yes.
That's showing family.
Yes.
During the time when on the news, he was constantly saying stuff negative about us. Saying where we live is not, no well-good conditions. Maybe the father is behind prison, so the woman would be a single mother.
Yes.
This represents family. During a time it was really rough and hard. You understand what I'm saying? So when we came up with this curation and what it is, I wanted to define the beauty in all of us, because Jamal captured that essence. So he takes you through a timeline.
Yes.
Even with cats coming from school.
Oh yeah, this is us coming from Rothschild and Sarah J. Hale, Brooklyn Tech. Yes.
So that's the essence there. You know what I'm saying? So you got the nation, the gods, and everything. Just posing and being in the essence within inside the
mall. Remember the mall?
Yeah.
I remember.
That was the food court.
Yes, the food court.
That was the food court.
That was the food court.
Yeah. Outside the mall when they made them benches.
Yes.
It was a pizza shop that everybody knows that just said pizza. When I say they gave you extra cheese for no reason, it was just like, you didn't have to ask for it.
Right, yes.
And it was right like a couple of doors down away from McCrory's.
Yes.
So McCrory's, you used to come from Hoyt and Skimmerhorn and go underground
Yes.
to go into the building of McCrory's, take the escalator upstairs.
Yes.
The first thing that hit you was the popcorn. You was
Yes.
like, smells good. You know what I mean?
And on that corner, also when you came up, where the pizza place across the street diagonal was the hot dog spot.
Yeah. So that's the hot dog.
Right.
On
That's
Elm Street.
the hot dog spot. Yep, on Elm Street.
Yeah, right there, Frankfurters. Yeah,
Yes.
Frankfurters on Elm Street.
Oh
So
yeah.
that was the essence of that, man. 'Cause the brother right here was literally sitting outside where that pizzeria was. That was a couple of downs from McCrory's.
Oh.
A little seating area right there.
Yes.
So this brother was here with the boom boxes, you young man. I think really it's probably one of his big brothers, but Jamal seen the shot. He was like, let me get you one shot right
Yes.
here. And so you can't forget the crew.
Make sure you use your mic so we can hear you. Yeah.
You know what I mean? So that's McCrory's right there in the back.
Yes, McCrory's, y'all.
And that's the media
Yes.
that was out front of Albee Square Mall.
And McCrory's eventually became Macy's. A Maze.
Oh, Macy's across the street.
Maze across the street.
That's across the street. It's Macy's.
Right. McCrory's is the one that got torn down, and then they changed it now. And Ashley. Yes. Gotcha.
You know, that's Abraham Strauss.
Abraham, I used to work there. That was my first high school job.
Right on.
Abraham Strauss.
Yes. Out there, this is the infamous alleyway outside of Albee Square Mall.
Yes.
Captured a lot of images just to close it off. So you know it's Albee Square Mall.
And I love it,
Yeah,
guys.
exactly.
The Albee Square Mall.
Yeah.
And this was where this is our childhood.
Right on. Right
This
on.
was our childhood. This was our teenage years.
Right on.
And it's one of my favorite.
Right on.
This is one of the reasons why I love Jamal's work.
Yes.
I sell, like my mom has dementia.
Okay. Okay.
And so, but I think it's just my own philosophy and my own thinking
Right on. Right
that if we are always being reminded of things that we had in the past,
on.
and we have these visuals,
Right on.
they trigger areas in our brain
I
that
agree.
have been in like archives,
I agree.
and it just opens them up, and now your brain starts bringing
Right
back
on.
all those memories.
Right on.
And I think for me, it's therapeutic and it's
Yes, it
healthy.
is. Yes,
So
it is.
I use his books,
Right on.
his
Right
books for therapy, my own therapy to have my brain triggered
Yeah.
of all of my childhood years.
Right on. I love it.
So,
Brother, bro.
man, this was great. Thank you for sharing.
Oh, thank you.
Thank
my
you for
brother.
being here for us.
Yes, you
And
already know.
I can't wait till we.
Send it to me. Collab on that.
Yes.
Man, and I got you on Instagram. And the only thing I request, as you know, the aesthetics of Instagram.
Yes.
Make sure the pics that the image that you use for the video is in black and white. That's all I ask.
You heard that, y'all.
Invite, collab with me, and I'll make sure it's on Carter Magazine.
You got it.
You already know, man.
You
I
got
support
it.
You, bro. You already know, brother.
Well, there he is.
This is the man.
There he is. Look at that. There you are.
You already know. Yes, be confident. You already know.
He already got you.
You already got. He gave me the story. He saw that you were a busy man over here, and that you were taking care of work.
I wanted y'all to feel because I knew that you would be on the same frequency, and that was more important.
Right on.
I see you two brothers have a
Right on.
conversation.
Right on.
Yes.
You brothers are very special to me.
Right
You
on.
brothers are the generation behind me.
Right on.
Really important work. But I want to step aside to give you brothers a platform.
Right on.
Well, let me tell you, this is. I was like, Jim. I said they gave him a whole wall. I was like, yes, yes.
Really respectful.
That was so respect. Because usually he's in the containers.
Right on.
And he was at Prospect Park a couple of years ago.
Yeah.
But this was beautiful.
I like this.
When I came around the corner,
Yeah.
I was like, oh, they gave my brother
Man, we.
all this real estate.
Let me tell you the science behind this here because it's very important to understand
Yes.
what it's really about. A lot of people don't, and we can just switch to
Yeah.
I'm not going to take you to the tour.
Yeah.
You get the personal tour, brother.
Mhm.
What's interesting about this body of work, I was in my early 20s and I just came home from the army. And I came home to a war. So I realized that the camera was my compass that would guide me to certain locations I could connect with young people. So I started in my neighborhood when I first came home with East Flatbush and Flatbush documented. So I would document those areas during the day, during the early part of the day. And then I decided that I needed more people to connect with and have conversation with because it was always about young people. So in East Flatbush, I was going to my high school that I went to Tilden, and I would snatch up young brothers and sisters and photograph them and engage them about life and goals and objectives. And then later on in the afternoon, I would go to Erasmus, which is not too far away, and do the same thing. Once I was finished with Erasmus, I would get on the train and go downtown Brooklyn. And what was interesting about downtown Brooklyn, it was that epicenter when all the schools came out and merged downtown Brooklyn. So for me, I was more like a fisherman. The photography was important. What was more important to me was engaging young people.
Yeah.
It was about the time when the AIDS epidemic hit and crack was on the horizon. And I knew that something bad was going on in our community.
Yes.
So the brother who just came on from the military, I think about Marvin Gaye's song, What's Happening, Brother?
Yes.
What's going on? That was the soundtrack of my journey. So
Wow.
I didn't know. Through my photography, I built relationships with him.
Yes.
And what was important for me was not necessarily getting a photograph. What was important for me was to speak about life.
Yes.
And goals and objectives. The photographs became evidence of the conversation. Posing became a system I created to make it fun. For example, you see 3 people like this here in front of the Albee Square Mall. So what I would do, I would shift them a little bit and have sisters sit there and just pose them up a little bit. But the posing added another dimension to it.
Yes.
It made it fun. The Albee Square Mall was the magnet. And I stood in front of this structure right here. You had the spot here, and all roads led to the Albee.
That's right. That's right.
I would go whether it be summer, winter, I would be in front of the mall, and I would engage young people. I often kept the portfolio with me to engage and stimulate them so they could visually see what I was doing. I had a business card, and I would speak about diet and nutrition and education. And then what I would do back in the days is I would leave them, get on the train to go to Chinatown, put the film in the shop, 1 hour photo, hang out in Chinatown for a while taking photographs, come back and get them copies of the photographs.
Wow.
I never wanted any money. So this is all about building relationships.
Yes.
Everybody here in these photographs I didn't know.
Yes.
To this day, I'm still have friendships with them based off the photographs.
Yes.
And that's the beautiful thing about it. And I shot indoors. I had themes back in the days. I had one theme was called Trios, Threes. I worked the twos with my deuces.
Yes.
Theme Fathers and Sons. I had another theme called the Truths. And just traveling. And for me, the engagement was important. Because there's always this debate about photography and being posed and unposed. For me, it's not about that. It's about creating a connection. To engage people in conversation, to state what your intentions are, why you want the photograph, and to create an image that will be iconic. Love is the cornerstone of my work. So when I keep it off the internet, what do you put on your photographs? You can't go wrong with love.
Absolutely.
And the thing about social media today is having an opportunity to show these images on social media and reconnect with people I photographed from 40 years ago.
Yes.
I'm 21 years. I'm about 21, 22 years old. I'm taking photographs. It's just me. I would have never imagined. All this is for a visual diary. I never imagined in my life I would have a book out, or I would even be having conversations like this because this work was going for me. I never wanted to be without memory. When I was in the military and stationed overseas, I used to often think about returning back home to New York.
Yes.
And I wanted to remember what the trains look like, what the streets look like. So when I returned back during the summer 1980, I vowed that I would never be without memory.
Yeah.
My father gave me a great gift, who was my teacher. And he told me, always walk with your camera. Have it out, have it set. So I was to start shooting. I would work in black and white and color. But when you look at this work here, it's so much more than this, because as I was making my way downtown Brooklyn, I was shooting the trains. And I was shooting on the street. So it's a vast body of work. But this idea was very important because downtown Brooklyn is the heart. And unlike areas like Flatbush, East Flatbush, Brownsville, Bed-Stuy, all roads led to downtown Brooklyn.
That's right.
We have people from County, Bed-Stuy, Brownsville, Fort Greene, all the major areas of Brooklyn being downtown Brooklyn. And what makes this photograph one of my most iconic images, unbeknownst to me, I posted it about maybe 4 years ago. And just posted it. And I never had it published in any of my books. And what made it interesting, this young woman, Teresa, reached out to me. And she says that this is her man. And this is her baby. And she was just coming from getting their ears pierced. And then she would go on to tell me how special this photograph is. And sadly, how this young man lost his life some years later.
Wow.
This young girl now is a principal in the school.
Wow.
She's elevated. She's doing well for herself. So this photograph means the world of her because what it shows is a father's love for his daughter.
Yes.
And you see the body language here. And I photographed a lot of that back in the days. Again, love is very important. Love and friendship.
Yes.
You know what I mean? And the friendship is all here. This is a special photograph here too because the young man, one of the young men reached out to me and said, he is no longer here.
Yes.
Now having this memory, it means the world to a lot of people. And again, I just did this for myself. Just love and just friendship. So I'm grateful for my brother here.
Yes.
At the time. These little girls here in this photograph.
Yes.
Going downtown Brooklyn with his mother. And he remembers seeing me as a little kid. But he pushed this idea because it meant the world to him. And it was a very important history and culture. So I'm grateful for Brother Keon for curating this exhibition.
Yes. Yes. Yes.
So I'm all and it's all life. And being you got me on camera, I might as well promote my new book.
That's right. Come on, baby. Come on.
This is my latest book that hasn't even officially come out yet. It's called Drama and Flavor, and it's 40 years of photography. So I'm really excited behind this here because one of the things I try to do is produce books.
Yes.
Because now the work could be shared amongst the people. What's the point in having a book to myself?
Yes.
By having a book that's affordable, people could share it. And there's so many memories here. And you're in it, matter of fact.
I'm in this book?
I think you're in it.
Oh, that's us. That's
World
us.
Photography Day. World Photography Day. So it's
I'm in there, y'all.
in the history and culture of the future generation. So I'm excited behind this book here. It's a message with it.
Yes.
And all of my work is about a message. So the drama and flavor represents the elements to make a good picture I look for. I look for drama and flavor, style and attitude. And I always like to leave a message behind
Yes.
my work, which is make art not war. This book
Mm-hmm.
will officially be dropping in about 2 weeks. I have a series of book signings coming out. The work belongs to the people. And I'm just happy to be back in Brooklyn, and I'm happy to have been given the ability, the gift of vision, to be able to face time emotion and have these conversations.
Yes, yes. Thank you so much. And I know that they all are excited. Yes, look at all these wonderful people. Yes.
And what's so profound is my relationship with this young man here, because I met this young man downtown Brooklyn about 45 years ago as a young kid in the
Wow.
park. And he can tell you the story here and bring it to life.
Oh, okay.
So this book, P said, "What's up?" Hey, first of all, before I even begin, thank you for noticing something in me and taking me on this journey with you.
That's right.
Jamal Shabazz.
Amen.
Go way back.
Yes.
He's one of the greatest things that come from this journey, because you can look at the photographs, but to have a friendship.
Yes.
And I met this young guy at 17 years old, a young father. And to me, he represented hope. 13.
Mm.
13. To me, he
13.
represented hope, because I needed help to get to the people. And he was a young, articulate, highly intelligent young man. And I needed help at a time when a lot of young men were dying at the hands of other young men.
Yes.
And I felt that he could help me save them. So we went to the health food store back in the days. He was like my little brother early on.
Wow.
And we took photographs. He's in a lot of my iconic images. But what's so special today is that we have a friendship based on photography. Oftentimes we look at photographs and we think, the photographer takes a picture, he keeps it moving.
Yeah.
For me, it was about building relationships.
Building
He's
relationships.
a testament of that, because we have maintained it over the years, and we've been there to support one another. So without further ado,
Yeah. So this book, I want to share an image, right? So he's captured me from 13 years old. He's captured me from my teenage years, like my preteen, all the way up. And what's so special about this image in particular, he caught me at the beginning of my fatherhood. And this is the culmination of our relationship. He used to take me to the health food store. First person to teach me how to get what was that? Sprouts and what's that green? What's the juice with for grass?
Sweetgrass.
So yeah.
Yes.
On this day, he captured my daughter, her mother, and myself. This was adjacent to Albee Square Mall.
Mm.
This is the story, and this was the culmination. This would have been taken in October, around 1986, 85. Right. And then, so my daughter she passed away from sickle cell last year.
Sorry to hear.
Yeah. But this image was so profound. She has it on her keychain, so on and so forth. And it was because of his foresight that he knew to capture this image in the way that he captured this image. So kudos to him.
Wow.
So yeah, let's stay in touch. Like I just want to use this opportunity. We now live in an era that we've never seen before. This is the time for us to apply our cognitive and figure this out. We have to come together as a people and figure this out.
Yes.
It's not left, it's not right. It's about our journey as Americans.
Yes.
We gotta figure this out. Figure it out. Everybody out here has a gift. You know your lane, you're good at what you do. Find a way to take what you're good at and make it count and speak to a higher voice. So again, thank you for coming out today. This is a beautiful day of Photoville. Love you, Jamal Shabazz. And this is not a test. We're here. Shout out to
Yes.
great man right here. Thank you. Thanks so much.
Thank you so much for sharing.
Thank you, guys.
Take this from you. There you go. Thank you, guys. That was awesome. Man, that was a treat. That was an unexpected treat. I'm sure you guys did not see that coming. I did not see that coming. And wow, that was awesome. That was awesome. And you again, I'm going to keep moving around and sharing and walking over. Our next guy Our next guy over here. Hey, what's going on? How you doing? Downtown Brooklyn. Look at that. That's a good. That's the old time Brooklyn.
You know, it's ending in 10 minutes. Today was the parade of trains. They had
Yes, I heard that on the news.
yesterday and today.
I heard that on the news.
I was down there.
Oh, did you take any pictures?
Oh yeah, plenty. I'll show you what they had running.
We're looking at some photos, y'all.
Here we go.
Today they celebrated the Transit Museum, and they also ran, or I think on the BMT line, the subway cars, and so he's taking some photos.
Between Brighton Beach and Kings Highway.
Yes.
And this is just one of the
Yes.
trains.
Look at that old train.
Yeah.
Old train.
And we're getting a whole new generation of rail fans.
Yes.
Look at them.
Look at that.
them.
Look at that.
Oh, we need that.
Look at these old pictures. Look at these. Look at that old car. I don't even remember those trains.
On the A train.
I don't remember that train when I was a kid.
There you go.
And so, did they have each car was a different year, like they do in November?
In the same era. But there are others. Hold on.
Oh, look at that! Looks like a caboose
with the gates.
Yes.
Yeah.
Look at that. That's old.
That. I wrote all of these today. And there you go.
And so, let the people know what's your Instagram.
I don't have one.
You don't. Wait a minute. How could you not have an Instagram page?
None of that.
No YouTube, no Instagram, no Facebook.
I'm just Kensington Mike.
Kensington Mike, y'all. Kensington Mike sharing about the subway system and today's event that was happening in the transit system. Thank you so much.
Parade of trains.
Yep. Checking us all out, and they're in there. They're commenting.
Oh, did I forget my IG?
So no, you can do it right now. It's still we're live.
Peace. So so please reach out to me via IG, Dupreme, the God. Dupreme is like Supreme, but with a D. Dupreme, THEGOD, Dupreme, the God. Yeah, reach out, man. Let's build.
Awesome. And I will have that also in the description of the video for today. This is it's just been continuous flowing.
Wow.
And I've been already, now we're at 1 hour and 27 minutes.
Oh, wow.
So I'm all over the place sharing for Photoville.
So let me get your info.
Yes.
Yes. Because where do we go? Shit. Hold on.
Yeah.
I'm a little coming down off of that build I just had.
That's okay. 347.
You can.
What I didn't realize then,
Real time. So you get some good stuff.
Oh, this was a treat, unexpected.
Yeah.
There you go, and then put in there Ron Foster.
Oh, Ron, I know the name.
Yeah.
Let me just do that. So okay.
Okay, and then
Yeah.
And then that way.
Yeah.
Then you can just text me.
Yes, it's going through now.
Excellent.
So thank you, Ron.
No,
So
thank you for sharing. Camera back working. Here we go. Oops. Okay, there we go. We're back. Now, you know who this man is. The young Mr. Michael Young. The young. And the reception is bad over here. So come on over here. We're going to bring you over. Follow him. Okay, so we're going to bring you over. And this is where a good signal is. Okay, so.
and you put me on the spot.
I got him on the spot. First of all, tell your wife I said hello. Oh, she's over there?
Yeah. You want me to get up?
No, you're good. So now what brings you down to Photoville?
Jamal Shabazz. I mean, obviously, this is a spot, all the art, all the photography. This ain't all the art, all the artists, all the photography. But I had to come and support my brother Jamal. The Albee Square.
Oh, we cut this on. Hold on a second. See, we just do it. There we go. You just hold it in your hand.
All right, the Albee Square Mall project is such a significant body of work. Because even though he didn't capture me, that was one of the places where I went when I was back when I was in the '80s in the b-boy b-girls girl time. And so seeing these pictures and hearing the stories, they always uplift and inspire. So I had to come through when Jamal said that, that the work was going to be featured in Photoville. And yeah, that's why I'm here. That's why me and my beautiful wife came down. And we happy to see you too, brother.
So, guys, also Michael, I've had a chance to have great conversations with Mike. He's also been on our platform, Touch Base Daily. If you want to check out his interview, our time together on screen, it's Michael Young, and he's an amazing photographer. I fell in love with I mean, I am a lover of shadows and light, and I would just go through his photos and like this man knocks it, he hits it dead on every time.
It doesn't feel
And
like it on my side. I appreciate that.
I love your black and whites. I love how you find the lines, how you find the shadows, how you find the light cutting through the darkness.
Yes, yes.
He does all of that and they're mostly black and white photos. Do you feel any color?
Yeah. People don't think so. As a matter of fact, if you go on my feed, there's probably the last 2 or 3 images was are color images. But I try to shoot when I shoot black and white.
Yes.
I shoot color with intentionality. So
Yes.
it's always like something intentional, something that I'm trying to do when I'm using color or when I'm using black and white.
Awesome. Yeah, so here you are. This is Mr. Michael Young. Love you, brother. Love you.
Love you too.
Yes, yes. Anyway, I'm going to take that little mic away from him. And guys, we're going to just roam around and see some more people that are in this building and in the building, in this beautiful space. Look, there's so many folks that came out for Jamal today. I didn't know that today was going to be the day he showed up. I thought it was going to be yesterday.
Oh, okay. You was out yesterday too?
Yes, I was here yesterday.
Okay.
So Jamal's saying he's
So
speaking over there.
you got put in the ring? Yeah. I heard it came. Yeah, it came down. I saw some of the pictures, so I heard
It rained. So anyway, let me make my rounds.
Do you think?
Okay, bud.
I can't keep on seeing you.
Yes, I'm Ron. I'm Ron
Roosevelt.
Foster. How you doing, Roosevelt?
Chilling.
Look how sharp he is. He's another photographer. What's your Instagram?
Diggy Made Photo, DIGIEMADE photo.
You know, I almost mistaken you yesterday for D Nice.
I get that. I get that.
I was like, is that D? Is that Derek?
I get that.
And but yeah. So now, what kind of photography do you do?
Portrait, fashion, art, all.
There we go. There you go. You just hold that right there.
Photography I do is portrait, fashion, art. Get into other mediums, but that's my love.
Yeah.
Also editorial.
And what brought you to Photoville?
Shabazz, he's my mentor, and he schooled me on where to go to learn more. Just I kind of following his lead and learning other things that I don't believe in masters. There's always something to learn.
Nice.
I'm good at what I do. Don't get it twisted. You know what I'm saying? Good at what I do.
Yeah.
But I don't know everything.
Hey, no one knows everything.
Right.
And those that have been doing this a long time will continue to tell you they're still learning.
Right.
We're all still learning. I know photographers that have been doing this for 30, 40, 50 years, and they tell you they're still learning.
Yes, sir.
So how long you been photographing?
Since around 2013.
Okay, nice.
Yeah. It's always been a love of mine, but now getting older, knowing how much stuff costs, be able to get the things that I need.
Yes.
To make it what's in my mind happen. I'm not formally trained. I taught myself. So, this is the way I can explain to people what I see, how I see the world.
Awesome.
I can't tell you. I can show you.
I love it. I love it. So guys, again, follow him again. What's your Instagram?
Instagram, Biggie Made Photo, BIGIE Photo. And yeah, I'm Roosevelt.
And I am Ron Foster. You can see this on Touch Base Daily. Just Google it. Say Google, and just put in Google Touch Base Daily, and it will be there. Nice.
All right,
Nice to meet you, sir.
you too, my man.
Awesome. I ran into him yesterday. Now I ran into him today, and he is part of this. And so Jamel's over there also doing more speaking and more sharing. And I'm excited to be here. This was a treat. I did not expect this to happen today, but look how much information you guys got today. Hey Charles, he says thank you Ron for covering this event and representing. And I see hey Rosemary. Rosemary's in the building. How you doing, Rosemary?
I like this one.
So I have not shared my face, so no one knows what I look like as I've been out here. Let me see here. Hold on a second. Let me see. Here I am.
All right, appreciate you.
Nice. Thanks. Nice to meet you.
You too.
Oh, and I'm back. Guys, oh, I thought I lost you all. And yeah. So let's see what else is happening. Let's see I see here there's some folks over there and there's some photographers over here. And I'm gonna grab them in a moment. But so there's a whole lot going on. Again, this event is over in this area. But I was trying to get my face on the camera so that way you can know that I'm here. And here we go. I'm going to turn this camera around. And here we go. There you go. Now you see me. This is what I look like today. This is my first time being in front of the camera. Okay, so again, I'm out here. I said I want to make sure that I brought to you guys the Photoville because one is that a lot of folks cannot make it to New York City to enjoy this event. The first 2 days is usually every year, the Saturday and Sunday, is when they actually spend a lot of time having photo walks, workshops, events that all the artists are usually here. You can interview them, you can talk to them. They're usually also sharing about their work. So that's the beauty of being here at Photoville. And I don't know if you can see. I'm going to share behind me. If you look behind me, you'll see all of these wonderful, what we call containers. And I know over here, obviously, also, the speed is a little slow for the video, but you can check out all of the containers. Each container is a gallery, and then you can find the galleries inside. And then also on the outside of these containers are other show photographers' works that are on display. So there is an event that's going to go on at 5 o'clock. That's about an hour from now. I'm going to end this in about 30 minutes, so we have some time. And then I'm going to run into some folks and talk to some more people that are here. And I'm sure I'll run into some more people as the day goes on because there's so many people here. Okay, so any questions? If you have any questions, feel free to ask me the questions right now. This is a great opportunity. I'm away from all the action there. And any questions? Any questions while you've been tuning in? Thank you for those that are here and tuning in with me. And I'm sure you'll get to see those that are not here. And this is, if you're seeing the recording of this, you got a treat today. You received a treat because one, we were able to go inside, see the ending of the workshop. We also were able to catch Jamal, Shabazz here, and also Carter Magazine, the gentleman that works to represent Carter Magazine. And so it was just absolutely, I think it's Eugene. I think his name is Eugene. I gotta make sure I get his name right. And but so many cool people, and then obviously Michael Young, and you can see some of his interview on if you go to our Touch Base Daily Wisdom Wednesdays, you'll find our interview with him. And I think let's do that. I'm gonna find. I think did I interview? Okay, I see she's over there. How about this? We're gonna roam around for about 30 minutes, so you can see the rest of the exhibition. So these guys, they'll be here still, but so she already told me about herself. So okay, let's go. Let's go check out the rest of the Photoville. Let's go to some areas that you haven't seen yet. And again, let me switch this camera around. I just want to make sure you see me, and so you know who your host is. And here we go. I'm going to switch this camera around, and you guys can check out the folks. Oops, wrong camera, wrong camera. Here we go. There we go. Back camera. They gotta make this easier. Okay, here we go. Okay, are y'all ready? There we go. Okay, we should get a better signal as well. Oh, there's Mr. Marvin. Mr. Marvin is in the building again. There's Mr. Marvin.
How you doing, man? How you doing?
Good. I just yesterday I I did hit you up on LinkedIn.
Oh, good. Okay. When I'm back on,
Yeah.
I'll accept it.
Also,
Go ahead.
I always get her name wrong. Sandy, right?
Sandra.
Sandra. Right, Sandra.
Yeah,
And,
look at this.
and what's Sandra's last name?
Stevenson. Sandra.
Sandra Stevenson.
Yes.
Okay.
Listen, man, this just. I hope you did you meet the parents of this kiosk right here?
No. Are
You
they
know this
here?
one with the parents?
No.
Did you ever see them? They were here.
They were here today?
Yeah, they probably still around here.
Oh.
The parents are right here, and they're the ones in the photos. It's
Oh.
hilarious. The mom.
Oh, this one. I
Yes.
read this one.
Yeah,
Yes, the
this
ones
is-
with the traveling
This is
parents.
really cool.
The retired
Yeah,
parents.
that's my favorite. That's
Oh,
my favorite
yes.
one here. Yeah,
That was
and I like
cool.
the black bikers too. There's a black.
Wait, black bikers.
Yeah, it's really cool. That's right.
Marvin is my producer right now.
Check it out.
Oh, yeah. Oh,
Look at Big Mama on the bike.
oh, yes. I
Yeah,
said I was
this
going to go
is cool.
see
This is
this.
cool too.
Okay, so guys, we're going to look at this one today.
Yeah.
We're going to look at this one. Thank you, Marv.
Pleasure.
And
Pleasure. We'll meet again.
yes, indeed. So Marvin is a photographer for the Washington Post. He is an amazing photographer, and not only just a great person. And so let's see if I can catch the beginning of this, so that way you can enjoy the whole works of it. This is one of the cubes. So here we go. I do believe this is the start. Okay, here we go. This is the start. Okay, so this one's called Easy Riders, History and Tradition, Heart and Soul, presented by Harley Davidson Museum. Here we go. This is featured by the Harley Davidson Museum. And then there's many photographers that have been a part of this. I'm not going to read through all of them, but what I will do is I will pause in front of them so that way you can take it in. If there's a photo that I think is, well, I will zero in on the photos, and then you guys can see this in an open position, and that way you need to pause your video, you can see it and read it. Okay, let's go close. Let's go close. Okay. This one is called Blaze. A first responder during 9/11, Blaze was introduced to motorcycle clubs, MCs, through friends and other firefighters. He was drawn to the similarities between firehouses and MCs, requiring newbies to prospect, for example, and needing to learn how to work with people from different backgrounds. These are the black bikers. He says, I like practicing and preach. Someone says, I like practice and preach sisterhood. I've joined an elite organization of women that has love for the same thing, which is riding their bikes. Here's a photo of her, close up, and that's Shifty. Check out Shifty. Shifty introduced to motorcycles as a kid. Shifty just always thought that it was a man's thing. As a teenager, she went for a ride on the back of a friend's bike, and the experience was memorable. She says, I instantly knew that being a passenger was not for me. After she began to ride, she did not know of any other woman riders. A friend introduced her to the founder of the Black Pearls in Harlem. She eventually became the president of this all-female club. What a story. Wow, that's a story. And as we move around, check out this side. Here's some more. Let me just step back. I'm going to step back so you can see the whole cube. There it is. You can see the whole cube. And now we're going to zoom in. Okay, this is Skip. Skip has been riding some kind of motorized bike since he was 6 years old. After serving in the military, he joined the police and rode with other officers from the New York PD. They started Steel Horses MC because we didn't want to be known as police officers because of our line of work. We just wanted to be respected as bikers. Beautiful shot. And there's another one, Goddess of the Universe, Brooklyn. Check out that. And then we have King Midas. King Midas. And I love that shot. This is going through the Battery Park Tunnel. Battery Park Tunnel. Beautiful. Okay. And let's go to the next side. Also, here we go. Look at these. Look at that's a great shot. Look at that beautiful shot there. Beautiful. And let's go to each one of them. The big one was also bleach, fires, and burnouts. Brooklyn. This one here. Joining hands to remember the dead, the Bronx. And some members of the Black Falcons MC outside the clubhouse in the Bronx. And then Ride by Salute at the Steel Horses Bike Blessing, Brooklyn. This is really a good story. Great stories. And then now we have a large photo by, this is Brown Sugar. That's the gentleman, Brown Sugar. And let me just get in front. Here we go. Let me show you the cube. So you can see the full cube, full square. And now let's join. We got the picture. Let's see. Brown Sugar interest in hot rods as a young man. Brown Sugar first bought a motorcycle after his car was stolen in the late 1960s. And he met other Black riders in Greenwich Village in New York City. And after a trip to California and Los Angeles and San Francisco. Look at that. I'm about to finish it off, right? He worked with a group of riders building and working on motorcycles in Brooklyn. They decided to form a club, calling it the South Side Shifters. His name, Brown Sugar, comes from the 1971 song by the Rolling Stones. He liked it so much at the time that he put a custom brown paint job on his chopper. Brown Sugar passed in January of 2022. Wow. That's deep. Look at that. Great stories. And these are not just stories, but these are lives. These are lived lives. And then the quote from Brown Sugar. And back then, most of the clubs were older guys who rode dressers. And that wasn't something I was into. Never was attracted to them. Always was attracted to choppers. Nice. Nice. And there's also a bunch of, there's a place for family activities over here. There's also the Internet ICP, which is something I support. I always go to ICP one of my favorite places here in New York City, located on the east side of Brooklyn. I'm sorry, east side of Manhattan. Oh, I'm gonna take a button. I'm gonna take a button.
I'm gonna let you guys know you're going on your way.
From there, I would say.
You can also
Okay, that's fine.
join the membership.
That's sort of the hard pass.
ICP is very valuable to us, to we photographers here in New York City. They also nurture lots of young photographers or kids that are interested in photography. They have classes on weekends. Um, ICP is a valuable part of the New York City landscape for photographers. Oh yes, how you doing, dude?
Run into each other.
Yes.
Good to see
I
you.
love your hat. It
Thanks.
says, guys, look at his hat. It says "State of Gratitude."
We run
State
into
of
each
Gratitude.
other at parades and Easter parades.
Yes,
Now, Photoville.
Dr.
This
Tachi.
is the man.
Dr. Tachi. She's not on here today, but she's on cruise
Hi,
here.
Touch.
At some point, she'll see this.
We're at Photoville, by the way.
Thank you, bro.
See you.
So, again, that little table over there is called the information station. That is where I used to work with the folks over there for 2 years in a row. But this year, I'm on a hiatus. And I'm so glad that they have also over there the merchandise. Oh, wait, they got 2 new shirts. There's 2 new shirts? 3 new shirts. Hey, what's going on? How you doing? This is one of the founders.
Not one of the founders,
Oh,
I'm the designer.
She's a designer. She's a designer. She's a designer of the shirts. How amazing that I ran into you. Wow, I was here. And this beautiful guy.
Stanley.
Oh, Stanley is
Everyone.
oh yeah, look, he loves the love. Stanley is amazing. Hi, Stanley. Stanley. Look at you. Look at Stanley. Stanley, so cute. Look at him. Oh. Oh yes. So this year we have 3. Now, what made you decide to do 3 this year?
Well, we usually have a white one, a black one, and a blue one.
Oh, nice. I was glad because we only had 1 black one before in the past, right?
No.
This is the only black one you've had
No.
over the years?
No.
Okay.
Yes, last year we had black one. Yeah, we have black one most years.
Okay.
I think the off-white one.
Well, that's the one everyone loved.
I love
Everyone loved that style last year.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well,
Okay, so here we thank you so much.
Doing well this year.
They are now I have to get 3 shirts now. 3 shirts. Now you got me into 3 shirts, not just 1 a year, but 3.
If you make a donation to Photoville, $20 more. We made these notebooks out of signage from last year's exhibitions.
Wow, you heard that, guys? Y'all heard that? Nice. Okay.
Yeah. Since the government took us our money, we
Took
need
everybody's money. It's crazy. It's crazy. I work for Brooklyn Conservatory of Music. They lost their funding. So many of my clients. I work with a lot of non-for-profits, and they lost their funding. And you try to accommodate and make sure the prices are right. Ugh, it's the world we live in now. Anyway, yeah, he sees something, he's interested. Oh, the other dog. Enjoy. Hello. Well, that's an amazing photographer. This is one of the founders, and he is so cool. I won't keep him on camera that long, but look at these wonderful people. And she's an amazing photographer. Her work was in the New York Museum, New York City. There, it's such a mouthful. Do you have an Instagram?
Yes, G girl.
G girl.
That's it.
That's it. There you go. What's going on? It's so good to see you, neighbor. She's my neighbor as well.
Yeah.
So last year, guys, the merch was with. Oh, is that what they did? Okay. So last year, we sold the merch together with the station. But this is a great idea that they separated and put the merch in here. So very good idea. So anyway, making my rounds.
All
Is
right.
this your first time here today, or are you here
Yeah.
yesterday?
No, I wasn't here yesterday.
Okay,
It was rainy.
it was crazy. It was crazy. It rained, and it rained hard.
And I was like, and then I went to a dinner. Like, fine, I'm going to bed.
Well, let me make my rounds.
Yes,
So
yes.
good to see you. That's my neighbor over there. And so there's lots of people coming in and out. Again, that is the Leica booth. 100 years of Leica, witness to a century. One of my favorite companies. I shoot with Nikon, but I am a fan of Leica. So they have all these new, they have the new t-shirts this year. They have blue, they have black, and they have this beige one. This was the number one seller. This style people loved last year. And there he is right here. And he's the model right there. And the prices are still reasonable, $24. And also it helps fund what they do here at Photoville. If you're here in the area, make sure you come over to the merch area. It's such a beautiful place, and then that way you can help support what they do here at Photoville.
Thank you.
How you doing, bro?
I'm doing great.
Yes, I ran.
Your neighbors?
Yes, she's
Like, that's my neighbor. Like,
she lives
neighbor?
right across the courtyard.
Oh, it's like, that's my neighbor. I'm like, Ron's your neighbor? What?
Yes,
What?
she is literally
I'm
across
like,
the
how
courtyard.
small is this world?
The world is very small,
Right? I was like,
and I think you know Andy.
I do. Oh my god.
Andy's my
come on.
neighbor
No.
also. He lives across in the other building. We all live in the same
That is ridiculous.
circle of building,
That is ridiculous.
and now we all know you have us all in common.
I love it. I love it.
I saw your wife yesterday.
Yeah,
She was here,
Kid.
and I love the idea of how you guys separated,
Right?
and put it. It looks great.
Close it at night. You have to worry about moving
Yes.
any boxes. It's like, look, done.
This was a great
We
idea,
did
and
it in LA back in 2019, and it worked great. Like we just had it in the night. We just closed the doors, and all the stuff is right.
I
Think
love
about
it. I love it. I love it.
Yeah.
And now what's in the book?
Oh, like I said, lies.
What
There's
is
a
this
show
about?
on the corner over there.
Oh, okay.
It's an exceptional body of work about 1981 to 1984. The Civil War in El Salvador,
Oh, okay.
which is sort of it's kind of the event that the destabilization of that country is what led to our current crisis on the border, migration, waves upon waves of people had to flee El Salvador, Guatemala, Honduras because of what we did there, and then basically left and walked away and left the country in disarray. So
As we seem to do, we have a pattern.
whole lot.
Ah,
I like that show because it kind of pulled back to like, oh, we didn't just come out of nowhere. We did this
yeah.
60 years ago, 40 years ago. And
Yes.
we forget. We forget that, our actions have consequences. You go in a country, you fly with weapons, and you leave, and oh, wow, 40 years later, this country is a mess, and we did this? Oh, no. How could that be?
Ah,
So,
this looks like a good book, y'all. So again, here at Photoville,
Light
check it out.
into the next 5 to 10 minutes.
Oh, somebody has on my radar. So guys, take care.
yes.
New? Are you new? Welcome. You're among great people. I enjoyed my 2 years working. I'm just in the middle of renovating my home and get ready to sell it. So I was like, it wouldn't have been fair to just do it in pieces because I love doing it full time when I'm here. But get to know when we selling photography. Are you a photographer?
I am. I've worked here a few years.
Okay. Oh, well, I'm Ron Foster, and I now do a YouTube channel. And so today I'm giving my YouTube audience all of this because they need to know. Oh, there you go. See you guys. Enjoy. So you see how we do here, and we just keep connecting. We keep connecting with folks. And who else is here? I just know that at 5 o'clock, there is an event happening or a workshop. Now, I won't videotape that. How you doing? Good. I won't videotape that, or I should say, I won't do a live because I'm going to run out of batteries. I'm going to run out of batteries here. But I wanted to make sure you guys are enjoying this. And again, if this is your first time seeing what I'm showing here at Photoville, you have these big displays for large works. Then you have these cubes for medium-sized works. And then you have little triangles that you see down there that are for smaller But here's one. This one's called Leica Women Photo Project Award, and this is this workshop that I'm about to attend at 5 o'clock, which is happening in the St. Anne's warehouse. So they're going to be featured and sharing. So this is sponsored by Leica. Yeah, let's keep it back there. So this one's Mexico awardee for Carl Caballero. So these are the winners of the awards. Okay, so again, you can check out many of these places here. And there's also the press is here. Um, hey, but at some point, I guess I will also have a press pass to get that done, right? But this is also the container that's dedicated to. Yesterday, I mentioned that to Mr. Rogers and the photographer Lynn Johnson. She worked with Mr. Rogers, and she's photographed and documented a lot of his life and a lot of his time in filming and his show, and then she's had a lot of images from those years, and now they are on display here at Photoville. And this is all dedicated to Mr. Rogers.
Anybody can have a is the gift his or her wants. In fact, it's the only unique gift that we have to give.
Speaking of neighbors, there they are again.
Won't you be my neighbor?
Won't you be my neighbor? So look, it's interesting. I heard her story on one of the media shows on Saturday, last Saturday. See if we're being featured here.
Through as the sky may or winds.
So you guys are seeing me in action.
Anyway, you get the idea. That I could get into some.
And it doesn't matter who plays with the trucks, and it doesn't matter who plays with the dogs. There's organized to come a time when versus time reads somebody.
Just so you guys know, but I have the light distance windows and saying our switch was going to be for the light show at 5 o'clock. Okay.
The doors.
Mr. Rogers. So we're at 2:03 now. I'll end it like I did yesterday at the 2 hour number, and we'll see more. I'll be down here during the week, and I'll share more of the containers. But I definitely wanted to make sure you saw. That's a star right there. She's a star. She taught me how to do the paintings. Love her. She is so sweet. And so there's more photographers here. There's someone's gathered here. And for those that don't know, here in New York City, is a celebration of Puerto Rican Day Parade this weekend. Now here's another one. This one's called Bodega Boys. Bodega Boys and American Dream Your many American dreams behind the counter. And look at that. So let's take a walk in here and then we're going to be on our way. This is our last visit for today, I should say. Are you guys enjoying this? Make sure if you do, hit the likes. Bodega Boys. That's the documentary. It's all about bodegas. What's your story, y'all? What's your story?
And she's like, no. That's when I just give her a bigger cup every time.
And this is the food area, the truffle fries. Those were so good last year. I may have to hope they're here later on. I'll have to swing over to get my truffle fries. But again, what a beautiful day. It's about to rain, so it's a good time to go inside anyway. Oh, what's going on here? Let's check out what's going on here.
Sorry. Really amazing, and I think it's so important to be together in person. We are people live. It's not just the organic way of being here together. Peace out.
So they're getting coverage here for the Photoville for the house, and it's another great year down here. And again, so support. Yes, let me give you a little commercial for Photoville. And you can always scan the code from the video screen and from your television, and donate to support visual storytelling. Your donation helps us provide accessible education programming and exhibitions for all. Photoville in New York City, NYC. So make sure you do that. Okay, guys. I think I've given you enough coverage for today. And hey, buddy, I see you doing your thing. Doing your thing.
You too.
Yes. So we're here and we're doing our thing. How you doing? Hello. Beautiful family. Beautiful. Okay, so again, these are the containers. I told you, these are real good. You can see the containers all set up. Okay, guys, um, they're all here. I'm gonna get ready to go into the women's event and check that out, but I will not be broadcasting that one today. And let me turn this camera around so I can say goodbye to you all. And again, thank you so much for being a part of this today. And here we go. Here we go. Now you can see me. You can see me now. Here we go. So, guys, thank you so much for joining me on Touch Base Daily today. You got a lot of surprises today. A lot of surprises. And it's going to be great. I hope you guys enjoy this. I hope that you are inspired. I hope that you realize that you too can tell your story. Your visual storytelling is what the world needs to see and hear about. So don't be afraid to share. Okay, guys. I will see you until the next time. Until the next time. Love you all and have a great day.